Naked Truthers. Welcome back. So, before I get started with this episode, I just want to say thank you. We have hit 1,000 plays and downloads, baby. And that is fucking beautiful, okay? Thank you to all of my listeners out there. I love y'all. All right. Thank you for the support. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for vibing with me. Thank you for getting naked with me, okay? And for just being here. Thank you for your existence. Now, let's dive into what I want to express in this moment. So, I just want to say, do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on your craft, your talents, your abilities, okay? And the reason I say this is because I started this podcast 2 years ago, right? And, it wasn't moving as fast as I would have liked it to, right? I was like, man, where are the listeners? Where are the followers? Why are my plays moving so slow? Like, just a sense of urgency. And, it kind of became a little discouraging when I seen like, okay, well, only 5 people listened to this episode or only 1 person checked out this episode. And it was like, I was so focused on the numbers instead of realizing that, the value of what I was putting out. Those people who needed to hear what I was saying heard it, and who's not to say that somewhere later on down the line, somebody else will come along and still hear that you message, right? Because the audios are there. And so it made me realize, like, stop focusing so much on the numbers and understand that when the time is right, your message will be heard by who it needs to be heard by. And, initially I took off from creating on my podcast for like a year, which y'all are aware of. But before I took off that time, it was just like, man, I had kind of lost the inspiration or I guess enthusiasm for it when I was realizing that, things, or I should say the numbers weren't as high as I would have liked them to be, right? It was kind of like that instant gratification of wanting to like blow up immediately. And then I had to stop and think, like, why is that even necessary? Like, why do you feel like you have to have these super high numbers anyway? You know what I mean? If you're touching one person's life, that's doing something that matters, If you're inspiring 5 people, that matters too. So I was like, all right, cool. And, with me coming back and recording again this year, it's been beautiful, to watch just who I touch and who I reach and just put myself back out there and just express and share and be vulnerable and get naked with all you lovely beings. Like, I had to go back to my why. Like, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because, and it's 11:11 right now, by the way. Am I doing this because of the numbers, because I want to see the numbers grow? Or am I doing this to simply inspire? Am I doing this to put, information, wisdom, and insight out there to share my lessons to maybe help somebody else in the long run, so people don't feel like, damn, I'm all alone in the world? And it's like, nah, it's somebody else out there going through exactly what I'm going through, or has gone through what I'm going through, and can express and give me some wisdom on it, And so it was like reconnecting with my why. And I'm like, all right, cool. So the numbers don't matter so much to me anymore. If only 1 person listens every day, I'm quite all right with that. And I'm very grateful for you. So it was just simply understanding that. And it's beautiful to record from that place because it takes the pressure off of feeling like I'm not successful or my podcast isn't successful if it isn't hitting these high ass numbers, or if it's not going viral, or if everybody and their mama not talking about it. You know what I mean? And it's peaceful that way, honestly. So don't give up on yourself. If things aren't taking off as quickly as you would like them to, that's okay. Sometimes we need that patience. We need to grow, right? Look at how nature moves. You don't just plant a fucking tree and boom, it's up the next day, or flowers or seeds or anything like that. It takes time to be nurtured, to tend to the soil, to love on it. It needs to be watered. It needs the love from the sun, right? It needs you out there picking out the weeds. So when you have your baby in your hands, whatever it is that you are creating, honor that same process of like, right, this is the beginning. Honor it and give it time to grow. Give it patience, give it compassion, pour all your love into it, and allow for flow to happen. You know, allow for the people to come in the time that they're meant to come. Don't rush it. Don't force it. You know, release the control. You don't want to suffocate it. You don't want to be so like demanding that it grows. You can go outside and plant a flower and be like, grow now, grow now, grow now. That shit ain't gonna grow. It's gonna grow when it's ready to. And so just having that understanding that instant gratification is, you know, it can be a downfall. It can be discouraging. It can be the type of thing that rains on your parade. So don't get so caught up in the numbers. Put yourself out there. Continue doing what you're doing. And if you put something down because you felt discouraged, or you felt like maybe it wasn't selling enough, or maybe there wasn't enough people, you know, talking about it or sharing, or you just didn't feel the support, pick it back up and try again. And I say that because not only with my podcast, but with my journals. So I create journals for those of you that aren't aware. You know, I have gratitude workbook, I have a self-love workbook, and I create journals, different journals with all different kind of designs. And you can find me on Amazon, by the way. So when I first started creating my journals, it was also 2 years ago, because I started my journals and my podcast in the same month, right? And you know, at first it was like, damn, like, are people seeing my posts? Because it's barely getting any likes or love or shares or anything like that. And I was maybe getting like one person buying here and there. Then it would go months without anybody buying. But I also had to think about how consistent I was with sharing, how consistent I was with showing up. You know, I allowed the fact that nobody was sharing or talking about it or buying it to stop me from being present. It stopped me from promoting my dopeness, my greatness. It stopped me from putting myself out there, honestly, because it was like, well, what's the point if nobody's going to purchase them? That was the mindset I was in. And for me, in my journey, I feel like it wasn't necessarily the right mindset. However, it taught me a lesson, because I stopped promoting my journals. And I was laying here one day and I had the urge to do it again, to put myself back out there. And I'm like, And I have like over 40 journals, right? And so it's like, all right, so I started putting out, you know, some of my older ones, or I should say the OGs, right? The ones I made in the very beginning. And people are coming to me and they're like, I didn't know you even made journals. When did you do this? And I'm just like, wow, because I'm getting the attention and the momentum now that I wasn't really receiving before in the beginning. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm just like, damn, you know, so sometimes we can create and it may not take off right away, but stick to it. And even if you do decide to put it down, if you get that nudge or that urge to pick it back up, follow that. Follow it. Don't let the numbers discourage you. Hang in there and know that you are dope, and the world needs what you have to offer. Okay? The world needs your unique individual blueprint, your unique individual creative spark and inspiration. We are all great in our own way, and we all have something to offer. We all have something to bring to the world. So don't give up on yourself. I'm so grateful where I am right now, and it's so amazing, like that feeling of, yeah, somebody just bought a journal. Like, I took my time to create this dopeness, and somebody is now utilizing it to help them cultivate the energy of gratitude in their lives, or help them cultivate that energy of self-love, you know what I mean? And it's just really beautiful. You never know what you create, you know, how it will affect or help or guide or assist someone else in their life and the path that they're on. You never know how your art, your creation, your inspiration can be life-saving to someone listening to your voice. They could have been on the edge and you could have just pulled them back. You could have just calmed them down. You never know how sharing your story, your pain, your success, your victory, your triumph, right? Just sharing what you may have gone through, that experience, the lessons when you hit rock bottom, whatever it may be. You never know how putting that out there can initially save a life, can heal a soul, can give a warm, loving caress just listening to you. You never know. So release the greatness that you have inside of you, because the world needs it. The world needs you. And you are meant to create. You are meant to express. You are meant to show up and do what it is that you do in the way that only you can do it, in the way that only you can bring it forth and present it. It doesn't matter how many people are doing it. Only you can create and do what it is that you do in a particular way. So shake off that discouragement, okay? Shake off that procrastination. Shake off the worry. Shake off the doubt. Shake off the motherfucking insecurities. Let all that shit go, okay? And stand in your greatness, in your dopeness. Pick up that pen. Pick up that pencil, that paintbrush. Pick up that instrument. Pick up, whatever it is that you are doing, that you put up on a shelf, whatever you are talented at. We all have some sort of talent, some sort of ability, some sort of greatness within us. What are you great at? What are you passionate about? What sets your soul on fire? What brings you that joy that you do every day? What is it that you do so effortlessly and with ease that makes you smile? The thing that you do that time seems to no longer exist when you're doing it. What is the thing that you loved to do when you were a child? What is it that you created or, was able to indulge in easily? What is that thing? Get back into that. A lot of times we get so caught up out here in this American dream and, wanting this and wanting that, and we get caught up in money. It literally becomes our main focus, gotta create a living, hustling, chasing the bag, right? And sometimes you get caught up and you get stuck in survival mode, right? And you go out here and you get these 9-to-5 jobs and shit. Some people working 12, 18 hours a day, you know what I mean? And it takes away from living life, exploring life, enjoying life. And you begin to put up on the shelf your talents, your natural abilities, your gifts, the things that you're naturally passionate about, because you feel like you may not be able to make money off of them, and you have to work this job that you really give no fucks about. You're just going there literally to make money so that you can live, right? And it becomes this mundane routine. It's like being on a hamster wheel and constantly going and going and going, and it's like this never-ending cycle. So when the fuck do you get out? When the fuck do you break free, right? You don't want to sit here and live your whole life on the hamster wheel, and then you realize like, yo, I never lived. I was a talented motherfucking artist. I never put my art out there. I never went to any vending events. I never, set myself up to go into any festivals or whatever the case may be, to where you can actually showcase your art and potentially get it sold, right? And art meaning whatever it is that you create. Art is limitless. Art can be any and everything. So I'm not just talking about people who paint or who draw. Nah, when I say art, I mean the melting pot of every motherfucking thing that could be considered art, okay? So, make sure you're not getting so caught up in, damn, I gotta make money. Or, if I do this, I won't have enough money, right? Because that's coming from a place of lack in a sense. And you can slowly start putting yourself out there and still work your job. It's about creating balance and making that time, making that commitment to make time to, indulge in what it is that you truly desire to do, what it is that you have that great passion and burning fire inside of you about. Even if it's only 10 minutes a day, that's still making time towards what it is that you want, right? What it is that you really want to be doing, okay? So don't allow, this whole money. I gotta have money. I gotta get money. energy to stop you from expressing your greatness. There are ways around it, so allow yourself to tap in with what it is that you are so dope at, okay? Allow yourself to dust it off and continue doing it. You know what I mean? Even if you haven't done it since you was a child, it's okay. It may be a little rusty. Maybe you need the training wheels back. Or hell, maybe you just need to take the training wheels off and motherfucking go for it. Take that leap of faith, jump off that trampoline. You know what I mean? Go ziplining, go bungee jumping, jump out the motherfucking airplane when it comes to your creation and your craft and your gifts. Don't hold yourself back. Don't give up on you. And don't put yourself down. Don't exclude yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's like, well, damn, my art ain't that good anyway. Nobody not gonna buy it, or, anybody looking for my stuff, or, it's kind of like that energy towards ourselves. And it's so crazy because then you'll be the next motherfucking hype man for somebody else. And that's wild. It's like, yo, how you gonna hype up the next person but put your own self down? Like, you're not even your own hype man. You're not even out here supporting your own self, but you out here supporting everybody else. Every fucking body else but your own self. Like, hype yourself up. Support yourself for a change and see how that goes for you. See how that changes your life. Okay? See how that creates the avenues and open doors for you to finally walk down the path of your passion, for you to finally walk down the path of your art, of your talent, of your ability. I don't care if you a whole full-blown singer out here and that's what you want to do. Tap into that. There are ways to get your voice heard, okay? And you got to take steps. Maybe you might not, jump and hit the highest mountaintop on the first try, and that's okay. But take steps. You can climb up that mountain, all right? So, patience. Understanding that instant gratification can be a dream killer, all right? It can cause procrastination. It can cause discouragement. And it can fuck with your head. It can create imposter syndrome. So let go of instant gratification and big up yourself, all right? And tap back into what it is that you are so dope at. And I know I keep saying that shit, but I'm going to keep saying it until y'all get into a click, until it's stuck in your head, all right? So don't let money discourage you. Don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let anything discourage you either, especially your own thoughts. Because a lot of the times your thoughts be lying to you. But if you feed into them, they become the narrative. And so that means that you need to switch the narrative. All right. But I just had to come share this because I was like, yo, I was just like mad excited about me, about my art, about my creation, about my genius mind of putting things together when it comes to these journals and putting stuff out there. People love to journal, right? And it's just like, okay, what can I create that somebody would love to journal in? What kind of book, what kind of workbook, what kind of design, what kind of energy do I want to put on the cover of these journals that when somebody chooses it, they're embodying that energy every time they open it, right? So it's like, yo, I'm mad excited because I get to put it out there. I get to see the excitement of other people. Because when people tag me in a post and they be like, look, I bought one of your journals and I love it. I'm like, yeah. Like, that shit is exciting. It's a confidence boost. It tells me to keep going. You know what I mean? And like I said, even if you're not getting that abundance of people supporting you in the beginning of maybe your item selling or being seen or even you being heard, don't let that stop you. It can simply be a little test of your faith to see how bad you really want it, to see how much you truly believe in you, even if nobody else does. I don't care if you got to post the same thing 5,000 times on your social medias. It'll get seen. It'll get heard by somebody eventually. Hang in there, all right? Know that you the motherfucking shit and all that, and a bag of chips and some guac. Or if you like salsa instead, all right? So I just wanted to share my excitement, like I said, because it's so dope when I think back then and a different mindset that I had to now. And it's like, yo, I'm finally really finishing all the stuff that I kind of just left hanging. tapping back into all the stuff that I had put up on the shelf to like, I ain't fucking with this right now. And just tapping back into that creative energy, tapping back in with myself and just answering the call that I'm led to answer. So may this message truly inspire you to do you, to be you fully, however that looks like, and to express it to the world unapologetically. Okay, I really hope that it does, and you can be authentic as fuck. All right. Also, if you would like to keep up with my journal creations, you can follow me on IG at Cosmic Waters Creations, all one word. Okay. My personal page is Taste My Naked Truths. So after taste is underscore, after my is underscore, and after naked is underscore. So it should be 3 underscores separating those words. You can follow me there. I also post about the podcast episodes that I put. And that's just a taste of my personal life as well. And the creation page is me just posting the updates of the new journals that come out. And I do some journaling prompts on there as well. And it has the link to my author page. So every time something gets published to Amazon that I've created, it will tell you. So you can go follow all of that. Keep that by your side. And I will update y'all. I just released some new journals recently. So go check them out. And thank you for supporting me in any and every way that you choose to. I love y'all. That's all I have for y'all today. I'll be back later because I'm feeling on fire right now and I just feel like recording. And I have the time to do so. I was just telling somebody the other day, yesterday, matter of fact, that I be feeling like I don't really have time. Like the time just be escaping from me, especially trying to balance it out with being a new mom and wanting to record and having the quiet as well, right? Because I'm not the only person in my house, besides me and my daughter. So it's like, where do I find the time to do this? And now, because I used to record in the wee hours of the night, she would let me put her down. And now it's like, as soon as I put her down, she'd be like, wah. Like, nah, mommy, pick me back up. So it's even harder to record because I be trying not to wake her up as well, because then that's just a disaster. So I'm like, I gotta figure this out. So recently it's been a little bit more on the difficult side to find that time and quietness to record, but I found it now. It's in the middle of the day, surprise, open space, and I took the opportunity and I made that time to record this episode to put it out there to y'all. So yeah, stay tuned, hang in there with me, and I love y'all so much. Like I said, thank you for the 1,000 plays and downloads. Y'all are fucking awesome. And I look forward to expanding. I look forward to, just the day when I hit 2,000, the day that I hit 5,000, the day that I hit motherfucking 10K, all right? And I'm also sitting here thinking about the day that I put out my 1,000th episode. Like, that's going to be wild. And I don't know how long it's going to take me to get there. And I'm not in a rush, honestly, but I'm just thinking, the day that I put out my 1,000th episode, what that's going to look like, and how far I've come and how far my podcast has expanded. Let me go, because I'll sit here and talk y'all head off. Y'all know how I can be. And it's all good because y'all still stick it out with me. 8 bars. Anyway, I love y'all. Have an amazing day or night or evening. And remember to show up for yourself. Peace.